Good morning, Unity. Happy Sunday. Would everybody please stand as we sing our opening song? You'll find it on the screens on either side of us. Let's sing like we're alive, alert, awake, and enthusiastic, which we are. Welcome in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Hey, hey. Yeah, yeah, hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Well, good morning. It's good to have you here. Please take a seat. You don't have to stand now. Sit, relax. Everybody doing well? You look terrific. It's getting summery. Oh, dear. Oh, hello. Gosh and begoren. It's the leprechaun himself. Oh my gosh. You'll be taking a seat now. Well done, well done. Excuse me, ma'am, could you remove your hat? I can't see over you. You look very spiffy, Jim, very, very spiffy. I was thinking this week, it was kind of challenging watching the news as it has been for a while. And I had to turn it off, and before I turned it off, I said, you know, I really have to think about what my friend Audrey Palmer, she's the Unity minister. I think she's retired, she hasn't been doing it for a while. But I remember that she was driving to a wedding from her center. I think it was in Pennsylvania. And you know, Pennsylvania is a long haul no matter where you are. You have to drive a long time wherever you are in Pennsylvania. And she was driving to the wedding, and it started pouring. I mean, you know, the kind we have here where you can't see because there's so much water pouring on your car. She got really nervous, and so she pulled over. She said, "Oh my God, I'm not going to be able to get there. What am I going to do? I feel horrible." She didn't have a cell phone back then. She said, "What am I going to do?" And she said, "Oh, okay, I can pray." And what prayer came to her was the Unity hymn, "There is sunshine in my soul today, it is glory." And so she began singing and having a grand time, and all of a sudden, she said, it stopped raining. Not on either side of the highway, but on the highway. And she was just kind of, is this an illusion? She said, no, it's really not raining. And so she pulled out, and she's driving down the highway when it's raining on either side. She had faith. Singing is praying twice. And she kept singing for another hour as she was going down. There is sunshine in my soul today. It's up to us to choose another way. The news, everybody wants to tell us how awful it is. We need to say, it isn't awful, and I'm going to do my part in making sure that it isn't. Right? Right. Okay. Take a breath. No matter what you've been feeling, no matter what you're going through, there is an answer. And the answer is inside of us. Not outside, not in D.C., not in Tallahassee, but here. 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 So our affirmation this morning is, wonderful reminder, I am a powerful, loving, wise, and deserving creation of spirit. Would you affirm that with me? I am a powerful, loving, wise, and deserving creation of spirit. Close your eyes, turn within. Go to your heart. Did you hear news this week that you didn't like? Did it scare you? Did it upset you? Did it anger you? Breathe in. Breathe in and hear the truth of God. While things may not be in the appearance of divine order at the moment, divine order is a natural outpicturing. It is the flow of good right here, right now. Whatever we're feeling, we know we are lifting ourselves up and we are bringing truth and love and healing and divine order and divine justice to our planet, to our country, to our state, to our homes. If it is to be, it is up to me. I center myself in that truth. I am not merely human, I am powerful. I have the power of God at work in me at every moment, and I can change my life, my world, and my consciousness. Breathe that in. I am a powerful, loving, wise, and deserving creation of spirit. And so it is. Amen. Well, let's all get up, turn to your neighbor, wish each other a happy Sunday.
Good morning. Good morning, Unity. We can continue this wonderful fellowship next door after the service. Good morning. That's better. A small but mighty crowd we have today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Rita DeRocher, for those who don't know me. I currently serve and wear many hats here. I'm on the board. I'm an usher and a greeter. I do events. I'm all over. But welcome, welcome, welcome. It is my honor to serve here and to be one of the members here, one of the long-term members, and we welcome you, welcome you, welcome you. Let's welcome the people online. Say hello, everybody. Hi. Glad to have you online. Wish you were here with us. Please come and join us soon. It is a great time for all. First timers, anybody here for the first time? If you could raise your hand. Welcome. Keep your hand up for me. We have ushers that'll bring you a welcome card. And if you'd be so kind as to fill that out and take it over next door to our bookstore, you will be given some information and a wonderful gift. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. And least I not forget, we have the best band in South Florida, Mr. James McCoy.
Thank you, Rita. So good to see all of you this morning. Won't you please welcome with us once again at the piano and the keyboard, we're very blessed to have him every week, Mr. John Rose. And he's back from traveling all over the place, a very good friend of ours and a very good drummer, Mr. Garth Kuyak at the drum set this morning. And she's back with us once again, our featured soloist this morning, Miss Avery Summers, right there. And we have some very good songs this morning, one of which I know all of you are going to recognize, and we might need your help. So let's see what happens. You'll know what I mean when the time comes.
Thank you, James. I didn't forget, yes. It's just all over the place. I got notes all over everywhere. We have some wonderful community updates today. They're in your bulletin, in the happenings, and on the website. Please check that out if you need some information. First off, hospitality hour, as usual, after the service, right next door in Friendship Hall at noon or immediately following the service. Please join us. We always have good snacks, even if they are a lot of sweets sometimes, but it's Sunday, you can have it. The community store, our bookstore and gift shop, where is, I don't know if she's here today, Diane Cedar? She's not here today, but Diane is the leader of the bookstore, and it's so fun and fabulous. Darby's has a book. They have 10% off today on Darby's book. It's a great book. You have Unity of Broward mugs and all kind of goodies over there. And Paul's book for his workshop and class is 20% off today. So please join us over in the bookstore after the service. We have prayer chaplains because prayer is very, very important to us here. That's the wonderful prayer chest that we have out in the narthex. Our prayer chaplains, if you're around, can you stand up so everybody can see you and acknowledge? We have lots of prayer chaplains. They have the ID badge on. Please join them after the service for affirmative prayer. It is good for you in all things. I mentioned Paul's March class is still going on through April 7th, and the books for the class are on sale for $20. Please join Paul for The Places That Scare You. It's based on that book. 20% off. I'm sorry, I said the wrong one. We have our wonderful Bobby Newman up here up front. She's going to tell you a little bit about her workshop that's coming up. Bobby?
Hi, guys. Well, when I was listening to Paul talk about prayer, this workshop is about prayer, and it is a spiritual practice because it's about being present, learning how to be present, and learning how to listen. And that's what prayer is. It's learning how to be present with yourself, which you get to learn, and learning about listening to our higher self, to what we're being told. So this is a workshop about learning how to communicate, to slow down, to be curious about what you're going to learn about each other, and to have 3 hours to do that. I did a men's workshop here about this, and something that really stood out for me is there was friends who were together, and this is for friends and for couples, and one of them shared at the end that he knew the guy that he was sharing with. He knew him well, but now he really knows him. So when you truly learn how to listen in a different way, get through conflict in a whole different way, where you see conflict as growth trying to happen, and if we knew how to do it, we would be doing it. So this is just an opportunity to open your heart, to be present, and to experience what it is to be truly connected to another human being. So it's with friend. If you bring a friend, you will learn a ton about your friend and about what Imago Therapy is about. I've been doing this for 40 years, and I still love it. And I still see all the magical moments that happen between people. And life is about creating magical moments. It's not about being happy all the time. It's about those magical moments that show up, that bring joy to our heart and joy to the people in our lives. So I would love to see you guys there. It's next 29th. I'll be ready. Okay.
Thank you, Barbie. Now we're going to have Darby come up and talk to us about AmeriCosmos, the wonderful experience we're going to have tomorrow. If you don't have your tickets, get them. It's going to be great.
What she just said. It really is going to be a fabulous evening. It's like the event of the year. Fabulous reception over there at 6 o'clock, and then at 7 o'clock, Matt Venuti with his instruments, just interesting acoustic and electric instruments. He creates a live soundtrack, big screen right behind me here with magnificent video of the national parks and videos of outer space. It's a journey, it's an experience, it's immersive, and it's only $20 for the performance, $20 for the reception. Just get tickets. Are you going to be out there, Jim, selling tickets? He's going to be out there selling tickets. Get your tickets. You can get them online, but really convenient. You can just get them here today. Hope to see you all there. I'm excited about it. It's going to be great.
Thank you, Darby. Okay, what else do we have? Everything is posted on the calendar on our website, so please, if you missed any of the announcements that we just raced through, please check your bulletin and online. What do we have next? Are we going to do a video? No? The video is coming. To be fabulous. Join us tomorrow evening. And I think we're done with our announcement, but again, you can check on the website, unitybroward.org/events, and you can find out everything that's going on in the next couple of months even. Our daily word for today is actually from May 1967. The affirmation is, I press forward with faith and enthusiasm. Can you affirm that with me? I press forward with faith and enthusiasm. Whatever we seek to bring forth with great faith and enthusiasm will be made manifest to us. Faith is the vision that sees the good we desire and knows that it can be experienced no matter what happens. Enthusiasm is the great energizer that bends every effort of mind and heart toward the achievement of our goal. We need to press forward with faith and enthusiasm in order to realize our highest happiness. God has given us these two great tools of mind and heart, faith and enthusiasm, with which we can carve out of our experiences now opportunities to serve and new ways to bring creative activity into our daily routine. As we use our faith, we gain the clear vision of the good that underlies every experience in life. By linking our faith with the aliveness of enthusiasm, our good comes forth. Faith knows that the good is present. Enthusiasm stirs us into action. As we press forward in faith and enthusiasm, we enjoy increasing success in all that we do. But it is good to be zealously affected in a good thing. Galatians 4:18. And so it is.
And give me some sky. some wings, I'm eager to try. I may be unknown, but wait till I've flown. You're gonna hear from me. Make me some room. You people up there on top of the world, I'll meet you, I swear. I'm staking my claim. Remember my name. You're gonna hear from me. Fortune smiled on the road before me. I'm fortune's child. Listen, world, you can't ignore me. I've got a song that longs to be played. Raise up my flag, begin my parade, and watch the world over start coming up clover. That's how it's gonna be. You'll see. You're gonna hear from me. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Avery. Oh my gosh. You know, I was thinking while you were singing, I said, when did I meet Avery? I met you 30 years ago. I know. It's like, wait, I had to keep doing the math. Wait, no, it's 30 years, 1996. I was leading an artist support group in New York when I first got to Eric Butterworth. And I sat down next to you, and we began chatting. And you told me where you were from, West Palm. I said, do you know Betty Waldron? She said, yes, she's my sister. And I said, oh, we're family. We're family. So I'm so grateful you are here. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for being such a wonderful friend. I call it, Avery, can you sing? Sure, I'll be there. Driving from West Palm. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've been thinking, 35 years of doing this work. When I began 35 years ago, we didn't have the 5 basics. We had a whole bunch of different things. And finally, I said, I think we should boil it down at least to 5 basic things that we believe in unity that we can talk about. Because before that, Charles Fillmore laid out about 98 things. He said, I don't want to codify what unity is because it'll change. He originally was going to call us change, which is kind of weird, when you think about it. Where do you go? I go to change. That didn't really ring. Unity, all of a sudden he got that word in his consciousness. But it wasn't until about 25, 30 years ago we began to identify what the 5 basics were. So let's see how much we remember as good unity truth students. Number 1 is what? God is sure. God is absolute good. Yes. Oh, you remembered. That's excellent. God is absolute good. God is not a man in the sky. making determinations on you, being negative. He's not like Santa Claus, seeing if you're naughty or nice. God is the principle. God is good. God is all that there is, the energy of who and what we are. And number two is, if God is good, therefore I am, oh, you're good. You are good. You are created of this divine stuff. This is who you are. Always have been, even in the Baptist church or any other organization that told you you were less than or a worm of the dust was never true. And something within us knew that is the truth, but we forgot. What we called spiritual amnesia. We came to the planet, we completely forgot our divine nature. So if God is good and I am good, the way that I get in touch with God, the way I open myself up to communicate with God is through what? Prayer. Oh, gold stars all around. You are so good. Prayer and meditation, the same thing essentially. It's opening ourselves up, affirming the truth. Prayer is affirmative truth. I am healthy. I am prosperous. I am one with God. These are the truth, and that is a prayer. You're powerful enough to say, I am sick every day this year. Okay, well, that's not a very good prayer, but if that's your prayer, fine. I always get 3 colds a year. Together? No, of course not. But we do. We say that. We mindlessly say that, and then our souls begin to draw that which we keep saying over and over and over again. I never have any money left at the end of the month is a prayer. So we need better prayers. Here in Unity, we have really good prayers. I am a powerful, loving, wise, and deserving creation of spirit is the truth of who and what we are. Meditation is simply opening ourselves up, listening to truth, and then speaking it forward. Number 4 is we move forward in our lives thinking, feeling, speaking, and acting the truth that we know. I am prosperous. I think it. I picture it. What does it look like? I feel excited about prosperity. I use words of prosperity. I am a prosperous creation of spirit. I dare to prosper now, as Catherine Ponder said. And then we acted. We move forward in the world acting as the creations of spirit that we are. And finally, number 5, I word it a little differently than Unity, but it's the same thing. This is the party planet. We're here to celebrate. We're here to party. This is a Sunday celebration. Where's your champagne? I have mine right here. Well, it's good water. Designer water. In Unity, we say it's not enough to know it, we have to do it. Well, but doing that by moving forward, this is who we are. We're here to celebrate. Every day is a reason to celebrate the truth that you are and I are a powerful creation of God. We're not worms of the dust. Every day is a reason to celebrate. This is who and what we are. So this is essentially the 5 understandings we have in Unity. God is at work in you. You are God, and we get to call forth the life we want. Am I willing to do it today? Am I willing to do it right here and right now? So the Fillmores knew this, and they called it forth. They said, this is what we are. And then when they began Unity, they said, well, here's new thought. Here's what Emerson said. Here's what Jesus said. And then they went out and they said, what other systems have truth? So they looked at Hinduism, they looked at Buddhism. They looked at all the different teachings and they pulled the best truths out. And in the past few years, we have another system we really have resonated with. And it's the Aztec teachings that Don Miguel Ruiz has taught us in a book called The Four Agreements, which I've done as a series of talks and a class. I really resonate with these because they are the truth and they are so in alignment with what we believe in Unity. Let's see if we remember these principles. The first one is keep your words what? Impeccable. Excellent. Yes, we keep our words impeccable. It's the number 4 of ours, of the 4 cornerstones of creation. I say who I am. I say the truth. I keep my words impeccable. I keep my words of truth. And I begin to see it show up. Don't speak anything that is not the truth about who and what you are as a powerful creation, because that is not the truth. Number 2, don't take anything personally. As Terry Cole Whitaker, the CSL minister, said, what you think of me is none of my business. It's none of my business. And what I think of you is none of your business. What your parents think of you is truly none of your business. They can tell you what they think, and they will tell you what they think. And so will your kids. And you say, thank you for sharing. And I will move forward to do the life that I'm here to live. So don't take it personally, because people are generally projecting what is coming from their fears and their thoughts. Number 3, don't make what? Assumptions. We're looking at the tip of the iceberg, and there's so much more underneath. We have to look at the whole picture and then ask Spirit within, what am I to do with this? Don't look at just a little bit of what you're seeing and say, oh, I know everything. We don't. Go within, ask Spirit for love and wisdom, and then move forward with what you get. And number 4 is like our number 5, always do your best. Move forward, celebrating the power of who we are, and know the truth. Now, Don Miguel has another book out as a follow-up called The Fifth Agreement. Has anybody heard The Fifth Agreement? A few, yeah. It's wonderful. Do you remember what that one is? Be skeptical, but always listen. I love that. Be skeptical, but always listen. It's a very New York teaching. Not the listening part, the skeptical part. But we have to do both together. The original Greek word skeptikos actually means an inquirer. An inquirer who wasn't satisfied with what he or she was told about the truth and say, I am going to do the work myself. I am going to look into this and I'm going to do the work myself. For example, you go to the doctor and they say, well, you have a 5 to 10% chance of survival. What do we hear? We hear there's 90% chance you're going to die. Whereas the truth is, there are 5 to 10% of the people who survive that. Why not you? You are a survivor. And we know in Unity that healing is a possibility. It is part of what we're here to do, bring healing physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So the healing power is always here. Am I open and receptive to it? Am I going to inquire and do the work? Or am I going to just take what the doctor says as gospel truth? No, we're here to be skeptical, but listen and say, Spirit, what is mine to do? What is mine to do today? Charles Fillmore was a skeptic. He saw Myrtle Fillmore's healing from her tuberculosis, but he was a very intellectual kind of guy, and he said, I'm going to go to headquarters myself. I'm going to test and see if this works. And he began to find healing. He began to find a pain lessening in his legs. And he said, this stuff works. And then he began to study more, and then they created Unity. But he was a skeptic. He was a skeptic. Skeptics are leery of accepting outright the dogmatic pronunciations of any group or individual just because they say we have truth. Skepticism as a philosophy doesn't automatically mean disbelief, as much as it means, how can I truly know what the truth is? When Jesus was brought before Pilate, Pilate wanted to know, who are you? Why are you in this predicament? What actually happened? And Jesus mentioned truth, and he said, what is truth? Pilate said, what is truth? And it's interesting, the writer of the gospel didn't record what he said. First of all, probably because he wasn't there. Who was there? There were 2 people. How did he know what he said? But there was not a response. So we have to go within and find our truth. We can listen to people, we can be skeptical, we can be inquiring, but I have to go to my heart. I've got to go to Spirit directly and say, what is it I need to know about my life? I find it interesting in the story of Jesus' resurrection. You know we're 3 weeks away from Easter, right? It was just Christmas. And now we're at Easter. The church year goes by so quickly. So in the story of the resurrection of Jesus, the disciple Thomas doubted that Jesus was still with them. He wasn't with the others at the tomb when Jesus was seen, according to the writer. And Thomas came in, they went, he's here, he's alive, he's risen. And Thomas went, really? He said, unless I can put my finger in his side, I'm not going to believe you. And Jesus came in, ta-da. Go on, put your finger in, yeah. It's like your uncle saying, pull my finger. It's like, Jesus said, go ahead, try it. And he went, oh my gosh, you're here. Wow. Did it happen? Was that a true story? It's a spiritual story. We don't know anything about what actually happened back then. But the important thing is the story for us. How are we Thomas? How are we the doubters here? The great thing is Thomas was not berated. He was not shamed for asking, did this really happen? I'm not going to be satisfied unless I can see it for myself. And Jesus didn't say, oh, you should have had more faith. No, he said, here, put your finger in. He didn't doubt it. He didn't doubt Thomas. Thomas doubted, but he said, no, it's good. Ask your questions. Here's your proof. Now, personally, I'm a skeptic of the risen Jesus being dead for a few days, then popping up and then flying on a rocket ship. We know heaven is not above there, that heaven is actually here. Quantum physics say there are pinholes in the universe, so we're living in the same universe concurrently. Mystics say that the other side is about 3 feet off the ground. So yes, it's not there, it's here. When somebody makes transition, they don't go anywhere, they're right here. They're like, oh, I'm here, hello. We can't see them, we can't feel them. Some of us can, some can hear, some can see, and some can. I can feel spirit. I'm doing volunteer work at the hospice, and I was looking at this older woman, and I was talking with her daughter and granddaughter, and all of a sudden, the woman's sister who had passed is right here. I went, oh, I felt this tingle, and there she was. And I said, by the way, your aunt is here. And they burst into tears. They went, we were so hoping. We were calling her. We were saying, we hope she's here. And they said, thank you for saying what we felt. So yes, there is no there. There's not over there, it's right here. Everything is happening right here. It's very exciting to know this. So you can be skeptical about that and do your own inquiring into that. And don't take my word for it, find out for yourself. But something did happen that Easter Sunday. Something dramatic happened, because you had 12 scared bunny rabbits who were the disciples, who were the students of Jesus. All of a sudden, they were bold. They ran away, and now they were bold, and they were even, some of them were executed for what they believed. But they were never afraid. Something happened to turn them from students to practitioners. They had an awareness of the risen Jesus in some form or manner. They knew the truth that Jesus had transformed in some way. In our metaphysical unity philosophy, Thomas represents the inner journey that the soul takes that longs for the truth. We always long for the truth. We're on this path. We hope it's true, knock wood. Do I really know? I don't know. What I see looks hopeful. I come to unity and I feel good, but I'm not really sure. I don't want to just say blindly yes to it because I don't know. But the truth is, when we are able to have that one-on-one experience of the Christ consciousness within, then we know. We know that we are one with God. We know that we were never born, we will never die. This is all a continuum. That we have been here from the beginning and always will. There is no end of life. Spirit is always moving us forward to become the best Christ beings that we could ever be. And we do that by being loving, by being joyful, by seeing each other as that God being. In unity, we believe in the concept of understanding faith versus blind faith. Blind faith is very frail. It's very fragile. It can fall apart at any time. Back in the Baptist church, I said, do you believe in Jesus? Yes. And if anybody questioned me about, I had no idea what they were talking about. I said, yes, I believe in Jesus, I guess. I knew there was something more, but I wasn't quite sure what it was until I grew up and came to Unity. I officiated a wedding years ago, and a family friend of the bride was their family's longtime minister. I think he was a little put out. He didn't get to do the wedding, but he was around 90, 95. I mean, he was a frail little guy. He looked like a little leprechaun. He was just a cute little guy sitting there. And at one point I went over and I chatted with him a little about Unity, and he had never heard of us, and he wanted to know who we were. And I shared with him, I had a comment about how we didn't worship Jesus, but we saw him as a great teacher and brother. And he turned whiter than he already was. He was pale, but then he just kind of lost all blood in his face. And he said, you don't worship our Savior? And I replied, no, because he told us not to. In the book of John, he said, don't call me good. There's only one good, and that's God. Don't worship me. Funny, we don't see that. Or how many churches have not seen that? Don't worship Jesus, but still they do. And so he picked up his coffee, and he said, I have to go. You can't make me doubt my faith. That's very dangerous. And then he scooted off. I never saw him again. He was hiding somewhere after that. If your faith is so shaky, you can't discuss your belief system. Or just say, well, here's what we believe, and bless you. No, he had to run. He said, you're the devil, essentially. That's what he looked at me, and he was really afraid, and he said, you got a beard, and I gotta get out of here. But if you can't talk about your belief system with another minister, that's pretty sad. He had a blind faith. He didn't have an understanding faith. He had a blind, I believe that Jesus died for our sins, and if you try to talk to me about that, you're the devil, and I'm not going to look at you. And that's pretty much where he was. It was fear-based. Blind faith is really fear-based. Understanding faith has its core in knowing that God and I are one. One of my first Unity ministers said, after one of his messages to the community, he said, okay, that's how I see truth today. Come back next week, I might completely change this. I was shocked and delighted that somebody was open enough to say, well, here's where I am today. He said, and just because I believe this, don't believe it yourself. Test it. You go try this yourself. That's what we in Unity do. Here's what I'm working with. Go test it. See if it works. And if it doesn't, what does work for you? You have to test drive it yourself. You can't look at the car and go, I'll buy it, it looks good. No, you get in, you drive around the block, you see how it works, right? My dad would say, he used to drive it. He and my stepmom would come visit me in New York. And he said, all right, the first time he came to visit me on the Upper West Side, he said, I'm really afraid I'm not going to get a parking space. I said, Dad, it's okay. I got it all worked out. He said, oh, did you rent a place? I said, no, I have a parking angel. When you're ready, let me know, and they'll have it ready. They go, I said, call me when you get to the bridge. And he called, he said, well, I'm here. I'm almost there. I said, okay, the parking spot will be ready. He said, oh, okay. He drove up, and there was a parking spot in front of my apartment. And he said, how did you do that? Did you tell people to go away? I said, no, I asked the angel of parking to be there. And he went, okay. So the second time he came, is your parking angel ready? And I said, she will when you're here. Okay. And then I said, okay, angel. And he pulled up, and there was a parking space available. He said, how do you do that? I said, I of myself do nothing. I just know. Parking is Unity 101. Isn't it? It's 101. I say, I go to the mall, Gary and I go to the mall. We need a parking spot. I say, thank you, angel. And there it is, right where we need it. Always. Now, we might have to drive around one or two times or something, but the right and perfect one always opens up. And my dad, after that, was just going, call your angel. Okay, Dad, it's ready. He said, I had to drive around the block once. I went, yeah, because it was your right and perfect spot wasn't ready at that moment, and now it is. And it's fine. And that really taught him. He said, I really get that. I really get that. You just say yes, and it shows up for you. I said, that's all of unity, Dad. That's what unity is. You say yes, and it shows up because you're that powerful. And he began to work it, and he said, I got a parking space. I had an angel, and they gave me a parking space. I said, yeah, that's it. But then we get into healing, right? Oh, no. 5 to 10%. Oh, gosh, I don't know about that. Well, it's like a parking space. Just say yes. Say yes and see what shows up. Healing is always yours. Abundance is yours. Success is yours. The right and perfect home is yours. Will we say yes to it? Yeah, be skeptical. Work it yourself and see if it really is true. And you'll find that it is. Charles Fillmore was teaching a class one day, and he was interrupted by somebody who said, Mr. Fillmore, what you're talking about is different than what you have in the book here. He went, it is? Let me take a look. And he read it, and he went, oh, I don't believe that anymore. He called publishing and said, change the book. The next month, a new book, the book came out, but was a little different. It's not because it wasn't true anymore, but he just had an understanding from Mr. Fillmore of what it looked like. So what I would say maybe 10, 20, 30 years ago is still true, but I look at it differently perhaps. The way you look at truth now than you did 10 years ago is hopefully it's different. We grow, we expand, we look at it in a new way. Don't take anybody's word or pronouncement as your truth until you go out there and work with it. I couldn't be in front of you and not have worked this and talk about this. I'm an actor, but I'm not that good. This is what I know in my own heart. This is what I have worked with in my own life. Being a divine skeptic means using both intuition and reasoning, your brain and your heart, which is actually all of one piece. Malcolm Gladwell said years ago there was a group of experts who were called to look at a shipment of ancient statues, I believe from Greece or Egypt. And all of the experts, when they were unpacked, went, these are not authentic. They didn't know why. They said, we weren't really sure, but we looked and we went, no, it's not resonating, it's not ringing true. They are not the real thing. Again, the intuition and their knowledge from years of working with it, they looked and went, no, this is not what it is. A divine skeptic has a great BS detector. You do. You do. You've been around the planet long enough to know, okay, this is not the truth. Those of us who lived in New York City for any length of time will quickly tell you, because we need to know, we go, okay, Spirit is telling me this is not the truth of who I am right here. There was a woman that came to Unity of New York once, and I immediately recognized her as what we, in the business of ministry, call a spiritual vampire. Have you ever met one? You actually have. Every church, every center has them, at least for a little while. But when you're really authentic, they tend to leave. But I realized that this woman was here to get money from people from a sob story, but she used the unity language really well. And I began to warn people to just keep your mind open, be divinely skeptical, and listen with your heart. And eventually that woman left. She left way quicker than she did the Presbyterian church she was with for about 2 years. So when we are open and receptive to Spirit, Spirit will tell us who we can trust and who we cannot. And you will know immediately if this person that you're asking about is someone that you can open up yourself to. Sociopaths can fool everybody for a little while. But never be ashamed that if you get taken in by one because they're so good at what they do. It's being open and go into your heart and saying, it doesn't really quite ring for me. I need to go back within and listen and then move forward as Spirit tells me. Every difficult life lesson, every individual who enters our lives, every situation that was painful or traumatic helps to build up our spiritual muscles. Daily we do that. We have an opportunity to, is this the truth here? Is this person someone I can trust? Is this situation something I want to get myself involved with? When I got to Unity Village, I had to get a car because I lived in downtown Kansas City. And I went to a used car lot, and there was a car, I'm not kidding, it's really about half the length of this aisle here. It was one of those huge boats, right? And it was yellow. I should have known. Spirit was trying to tell me at that moment. It was the yellow car, and I took it for a drive, and it ran really nicely. It was an older car. Let's just say it was an old car, but it was only $300, and I said, okay. And so I sat down to buy it, and as I picked my pen up, my hands started, everything in me started shaking, and Spirit saying, no, don't do this. It's not your, and I put the pen down, and I said, okay, I don't think so. And they said, well, knock $100 off. Where do I sign? So I got the car, I drove it off, and I went, it's great, it's wonderful. Spirit was right. I had it for about 5 months, and it guzzled gas, it guzzled my money, everything began to fall apart as soon as I drove it off. Of course, because Spirit was saying, don't do this, but I went, but I need a car. And this is the only one I can see that I can afford right at this very moment. One night I got to work at Silent Unity, and it went home to Jesus, as we say. It just, but I thanked it for getting me to the gate of Unity Village. I walked in, called the tow people, they took it away to the junkyard. And the supervisor said, well, you know, Paul, everything happens according to consciousness. And I'm like, thank you for sharing. I did not know that. I've only been Unity for 2 years. I did not. At that night, every single call I got was about a broken down car. Every call I got for 2 hours was about a broken down car. I went, I get it. I let go. I am grateful for the car. I should have listened. I didn't. I have a life lesson that I now use every time I buy a car. Thank you, God. But we will get those lessons over and over again until the universe says, well done, you got it. Now move on to something else. We have to know that Spirit is revealing every single moment of every day what we need to do. Be skeptical, test it, and then move forward. So I invite you to close your eyes. Go to your heart. What have you been doubting? What have you been giving over to? What have you not given over to? We have an understanding faith that Spirit is revealing every step, every moment, what to do and how to do it. Breathe into your heart. Let go. Know the truth. There is only one power, one presence, one good, one God. Spirit, love, Christ consciousness, Buddha consciousness, whatever word we use, it doesn't matter. What do we resonate with? It's up to you. But Spirit is Spirit, no matter what name we give it. The Spirit of love is moving from the top of our head all the way down to our feet. This wonderful grace, the unconditional, overflowing love of God is always here right now. Will I say yes to it? When I say yes, I open up a floodgate of good, and I test it. Spirit is always saying, test me. Prove me now. We read in the Hebrew Scriptures. Prove me now. You are healthy, you are strong, you are prosperous. All the good is right here, right now. But I need to test it. I need to work with it. We don't believe what we hear or read in a book or a podcast. We test it ourselves. And we find it does work when we apply it. Being a skeptic doesn't mean doubting Spirit is here. It's doubting I know the answers are only in my head. They're not. That's the tip of the iceberg. God is at work right here, right now. Breathe that truth in. What is Spirit revealing through you, through your heart today? In the quiet of our being, we know God within me is cleansing, restoring, and renewing my mind and body. I am whole and well. Take that as your truth today. Work with it. Test it. God within me is cleansing, restoring, and renewing my mind and body. I am whole and well. Breathe it in and let go. God within me is my source. I am prosperous and abundantly blessed in all ways. I step forward knowing God is guiding me every moment of every day. I know what to do and how to do it. Feel prosperous. Speak words of prosperity. Move on the guidance we receive from Spirit. God is my source. I am prosperous and abundantly blessed in every way. God within me reveals the truth. I know what to do and how to do it. I know what to do and how to do it. My good is revealed right now. When I am open and receptive to the good, it is revealed. The good of God, the grace of God, the joy of God is right here. There's nothing I have to do but say yes to it and watch it happen. In the quiet of our being, all it takes is that one brief moment of knowing this truth. That's all Spirit needs, is one brief moment of quiet. And there it is. Breathe in and let go. Bring your consciousness back to this room, this time, this place. Bring with you the joy, the enthusiasm, the faith that God is here at work. Whether it's a parking place, healing in the body, or a new job, it's all the same to God. God within me reveals the truth. I know what to do, and I do it. Gratefully, joyfully. Now. For this awareness, we are so grateful. And so it is.
Thank you, Paul, for another great lesson. We appreciate you. Phil, now I know why our relationship works so well. You're skeptical about everything, and I say yes. So it works. It works. We are very, very grateful, and when we have gratitude, it becomes an essential foundation in our lives, and miracles start to appear everywhere when we are grateful. We appreciate everyone, and we appreciate this center by giving our gifts. If the ushers would come forward so that we can do our offering. This community is sustained by the generosity of those, including yourselves, who benefit from its ministry. Now, if you'll join me in saying our offertory blessing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I give and all that I receive, and so it is.
I was young, but I recall seeing was my mother's joy, and she'd sing them at the close of the day, and I'd sit down on her knee in the days that used to be, and she'd sing of God's amazing grace. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a soul like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas faith that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Come along, everybody. Listen. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a soul like me. I once was lost, oh, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but I see.
Thank you, Avery. Thank you, guys. That was beautiful. Thank you. You noticed in Unity we have a little change there. I think it was Mr. Fillmore actually was the first one who said, children of God are not wretches. You know, we may do wretched things, and certainly we have, but we are blessed souls, and we are awakened to that truth. So close your eyes one more time before we go forward to the rest of our day. What have we called ourselves? We are blessed no matter what we're going through, no matter what we feel. We are still powerful creations of spirit. And today we move forward knowing that truth, testing it, putting it out there and saying, all right, Spirit, prove me now, prove you now, and it'll work. Breathe into your heart. Whatever fear, whatever doubt you're holding, let it go. Test God. It's all here. Breathe into your heart and breathe out. And in this awareness, in this consciousness, let's note together our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. Let's all stand, join hands, and sing, Let There Be Peace on Earth. And let it begin with me.
Blessings are falling, are falling, are falling. Blessings are falling like a sweet, sweet rain. Blessings are falling, are falling, are falling on me. Beauty is falling, is falling, is falling. Beauty is falling like a sweet, sweet rain. Beauty is falling, is falling, is falling on me. Oh Lord, I receive your blessing. Oh Lord, I receive your grace. Oh Lord, I will dance forevermore. receive your